Episode 2, where it all began. Leaped back, but immediately bumped against the shelf. He came at me as if from a nightmare. Mr. Rose? I, from now on, don't have a name. I swallowed nervously. It was happening all over again. Pulling myself together, I managed to keep standing and asked him in a firm voice, Why? Why are you here? He grinned wickedly. You don't belong here. Among the living. The dead are looking for you because you belong to them. Mr. Rose took a weightless step towards me. I held my breath. I wanted to run away, but there was nowhere to go. Santa warned me that the Bahoots only wanted to fool me. I need to ignore what he's saying about me. Maybe it's better to get him to talk about himself. Why did you come to me? What do you want? Why did the dead visit me? He flinched as if he was spasmed for a second and then wheezed. So that this pain goes away. Kaladasa's touch makes you suffer. That's the whole point of it. Who did this to you? He grimaced, but answered anyway. My ignorance. My heresy. The man in red robbed me of everything. Man in red. Okay. How did you die? Were you worrying about the past just to get away from your present? He grinned, his eyes blazed with an eerie light. Kaladesa took my blood. Then there was only darkness. Why are you answering all of my questions? He bared his frightening teeth and growled. I can't help but answer. It forces me. It? What makes him answer me? Questions. Endless questions. Everyone around knows something, and you can only guess. You were a fool, and still are. Even those who talk about the truth are actually lying. What are you talking about? Meanwhile, Mr. Rose has gotten ever closer to me. Ask the attaché why we came to the city of the Dark Mother, why we were gathered here. He knows everything and says nothing. What? He shook his head. Don't worry about it, you can't leave. Thomas Vitala. Vitala? Tensing up, Mr. Rose prepared to jump and attack me. My heart was pounding. I didn't know where to escape. The thought that I knew this man and had seen him alive many times confused me and didn't allow me to focus. Suddenly I remembered something important and fumbled in my pocket. The amulet from Santa. I had this with me all this time. I immediately put it on my hand and thrust my arm forward. Be gone! He flinched, froze, and bared his teeth. Nasty. The Nameless will devour you in the darkness. But he couldn't get any closer. I became bolder, took a step towards him. He immediately moved away. I grinned. You're being brave for nothing, girl. I needed to touch him with the amulet, so I lunged at him. Mr. Rose dodged once, twice, 3 times, and then he took a step back, hiding in a dark corner, and when I followed him, he disappeared. I stood there bewildered, looking around. I couldn't help but be over so easily. Suddenly his hoarse voice cut through the silence. The whole universe was born by you. This world was created by you. In the end, you always devour it. I turned around. Scared, I jerked back and hit the shelf. Several folders fell on the floor with a thump. You manifest as a destructive force. The Bahoot slowly walked towards me. It was a great honor to fall victim to you, O Dark Mother, Mother of Strife, Mother of Time. He's quoting the Tantra. The one you're destined for will come for you. Only death will save you. The door to the archive swung open and the fog began to disperse. Mr. Rose hissed, darting into the darkest corner as if he was afraid of the light. He started dissipating together with the fog. You deserve it. This is a fair punishment for your actions. His eyes glittered with hatred, were the last to fade. Amala? She rushed to me, looking at me worried. You're all dirty and shaking. What happened? I didn't know if there was any point in telling her what just happened. Another vision. What the hell do they want from me? What kind of pain should go away? I don't understand anything. I took a deep breath. I had a vision. You might think I'm crazy, I know, but I can't control it. Lima hesitated for a moment, not knowing how to react. Then she took my hand in hers compassionately, even though it was dirty. It's all right. Thank you for being honest with me. She looked down at the scattered archive files. What were you doing here? I crouched down and began to collect the folders with shaking fingers. I hit the shelf. How long will I have to lie to my colleagues? Who can I share this with? Soon it will drive me insane. I don't believe we just lied. I think we told the truth. Lima sat down helping me. Each file had a number and also listed the employee leading the investigation and the year when the case was first opened. Everything here is over 10 years old. Opening a couple of the folders, Lima began to leaf through them. Old stuff, and that's old too. While Lima was digging through the folders, I tried to settle my heartbeat and calm down. She froze, staring at some of the photos. She looked at them for a moment longer before handing one to me. What's the matter? Just look. An old photo. Take a look. It's very similar to our case. There was something written on the back. Kliphagrami, 1957. The picture showed a scene we had seen a few times now. I remembered this name. That's the village the children were talking about. The one I saw on the map at the embassy. The corpse, the symbol. How did this case end up in an archive? Why didn't I find it last time? Well, it's very old. It's from 23 years ago. Shall we take this? There's no time to read it. I don't know, they might notice. Come on, this folder is covered in dust. They won't care. She took it with her, pulling me away from the archive. I misjudged things a little. The files were in the archive, but they were very old and we looked in the wrong place. Have you found anything? No, nothing. Those cases either haven't been opened yet or they are being hidden. Hidden? Why not? They're keeping things from us. Maybe they don't trust us with the investigation, or maybe... She stopped abruptly when she heard Killian's voice outside, as well as several other male voices. We whispered to each other. Are the officers back? Sounds like it. We need to get out of here. We didn't leave through the main exit, but there were windows. Many of them were barred, but I noticed one that was open. We could easily sneak out of it. Lima squeezed through the first, and I followed. We returned to the alley, where we agreed to meet. Minutes went by, and Killian was still not there. I'm starting to worry. It's alright. I think he's used to getting out of worse situations. More time passed. Finally, Lightwood showed up. He looked gloomy and disgruntled. This was a bad idea. We're all in trouble. What happened? I was standing at the entrance of the station, trying to not let them in. They heard the window creak and immediately rushed inside. There will be questions asked, I'm sure. Did you find anything? People will soon know that you broke into the archive. Yes and no. Brilliant. We're all gonna get fired for nothing. Lima took the folder with her and said that she would study it. I decided not to object, as apparently she knew what to do. We agreed to meet later and discuss everything. Gillian escorted me home like a true gentleman, and he didn't make any comment about my disheveled look. In the morning, the house was filled with the smell of wonderful, fresh rotis. Before going down to breakfast, I got dressed. First outfit, second outfit, third outfit. This is one time to save diamonds, we'll put on the third one. And I styled my hair. First outfit, second hairstyle, third hairstyle. Why do you make me change my hair and shorten it? Ariane was stiff and silent through breakfast, probably because of our last disagreement. I didn't feel like starting a conversation either. Maybe it's his voice I heard at the wedding. A stern man who scolded Manu and ordered him to obey. It could have been Mr. Kahan. He can be quite intimidating at times. I remember the photo that we found in the archive and the inscription on the bag. I think the children in the street were talking exactly about this place. I came across the same village while looking at the map of India. It's close to Calcutta. It can't be a coincidence. I decided to ask my hostess, Miss Kahan, have you been to Kliphagrami? She tried to keep calm, but I noticed how Priyanka flinched at the mention of the village. She froze for a moment, but soon composed herself and tried to smile again. I've heard of it, but I don't remember much about it. Would you like some more rice? No, it's not very far from Calcutta, right? I guess it's a good forsaken place. Would you like a roti? Don't change the subject. I know what happened there. Please, let's talk about this. I know what happened there. The same thing that's happening in Calcutta. Why are you nervous, Miss Kahan? It's not an appropriate conversation to have around a breakfast table, Amala. What could we possibly know about it? We only heard, when we were young, that something weird happened there. I was but a boy when the Dubés took over the case. What do you mean, took over? They are respected throughout Bengal. It's in their power to control and sponsor an investigation. They had many kids in the family back then. They just wanted to speed up the process to protect the people of Bengal and themselves. I looked at my plate, a little confused. It can't be. It all comes back down to Mr. Dubé. I thanked my host for the breakfast and went to the living room. I need to visit Amrit and question him. If his family oversaw the Kliphagrami case, surely he must know something. I could use Santa's help. At the wedding, she warned me about the people who speak about the soul in Bengal. Whatever that means, I can't ignore her words. You keep developing your theory. A visit to Mr. Dubé should help me. What if he has something to do with the warning? I think I heard him say something about the soul, or did I? Or in any case, I suspect him. It was 9 in the morning, not wanting to waste any time. I went to Kalagat to talk to Vashi and look for Amrit Dubé. To my surprise, a group of people were gathered in front of the temple, but no one dared to go inside. The people were calm, as if they were just waiting for something. Namaste. Why is the temple closed? Namaste. They haven't opened it since yesterday. Shouldn't it be open at dawn? They need to clean up after the night ritual. What kind of ritual? How should I know? It's a monthly ritual. It helps remind the goddess of our existence, I guess. At the entrance to the temple, there were 2 men in uniforms, usually worn by those at the service of the wealthy Indian families. There at the door. Are they someone's attendants? The Dubés, I guess. What are the chances? Why would the Dubés take part in some kind of ritual? Brahmin duties. Why are you bothering me with all these questions? But they are not Brahmins. They must be carrying out some official duties. I don't know. He walked away from me, yawning. I looked back at the door. I'll wait. After hanging around for about an hour, the temple doors finally opened. I immediately rushed forward, squeezed in between people. It was important for me to find Mr. Doobie in the temple, so I wasn't going to let good manners stop me. Damn you! Ignoring the swearing behind my back, I reached the door of the temples faster than most. There he is. Amrit was leaving the temple in the company of Yashvi, the devotee. He used another exit, clearly trying to avoid the rest of the visitors. Following them, I found myself in a garden behind the temple. As soon as I took a step in, Mr. Doobie's attendants blocked my way. You can't come in here. Go back. But I said go. Step aside. He knows me. Tell him I am here. Get out of here or I'll throw you out. Amrit turned at the sound of our voices. Amala? Shekhar, get away from her. Are you waiting for her? Do I need to tell you twice? The attendant remained silent, obediently letting me through. I walked past him with a defiant expression. Hello, Yashvi. Namaste, Amala. To, what do I owe the pleasure? I need to speak with you. It's a confidential matter, so to speak. Amrit sighed, looking at the devotee. Go. We're done here. Let me escort you, sir. He was humble and submissive before him, but he looked tired of it. Poor thing. You don't have to do that. Go, make sure there's nothing left in the hall. And prepare everything for the next time. She nodded, stealing one last glance at Mr. Doobie. Joining her hands, the dancer said goodbye to us and returned to the temple. Was there a ritual last night? Yes. What kind? That's information that you can live without. I don't want to make him mad, but it seems odd. Is your family considered Brahminical? You are the descendants, but you haven't been involved in this kind of activity for a long time. He gave me a slightly annoyed look. Why on earth are you talking about this? Persuade him to tell you. I'm trying to figure out how things are done in India. I'm interested in you. I see. He took 2 soft steps towards me, and I barely stopped myself from backing away. I'll tell you more about it then. Whether my family's practices Brahminic activities or not, we do not have a huge influence, especially in the religious sphere. My grandfather conducted rituals, my father did, and so do I. Even if those marked by the goddess are only my ancestors, their blood flows in my veins. The goddess? Shaktism has many followers in Calcutta. My participation in important rituals is vital. So this is an important ritual? One of the most important. And you won't tell me which one exactly? I have no reason to do that. Perhaps one day you'll see it yourself or even participate. The smug look on his face surprised me. Is he hinting at something? What kind of ritual requires cleaning up until morning? You learned information that will help you in the future. The thought that I could be standing next to the potential killer gave me goosebumps, but at the same time I wanted to laugh at the absurdity of this idea. Amrit headed towards a small bench, assuming that I would follow. He sat down and I carefully did the same. What did you want to discuss, Amala? Your family was once looking into a murder in Kliphagrami. Could you share with me what you know about it? You're getting closer. What? I promised to help you if you asked me to. Thank you. It was a ritual murder. I think you figured that out already. I know it for sure. He smiled condescendingly. Good for you.
A man was killed. My father said he was known for beating his wife. The way Amrit spoke about it was devoid of any emotion. That was the reason why he was killed in such a brutal way? It was unlikely. The killer was a local drunk. He wasn't quite all right in the head. A drunk. The killer. The case was solved? Of course, my family took care of it. That's all I know. Next time you need my help, you'll have to pick my interest somehow.
How does his ego fit in this small garden? Does the village still exist?
Yes.
So there's a chance to learn something from the people living there.
We sat in silence for another moment. I hope you liked my gift.
Yes, thank you. And Amalia Rose, right?
Beautiful, isn't it? When it has no wrapping, nothing superfluous. When it lies where it's supposed to lie, it's beautiful. Well, if there isn't anything else, I have to go now. The man got up from the bench.
Mr. Dubé, surely you can see what's going on. Why are you torturing her? Yashvi, I see the way you look at her.
And why do you think that's any of your business? Your curiosity seems to be endless. It's annoying. I got up too.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
It has nothing to do with me being upset. You'd better mind your own business, Amala. A pretty face is not enough to get me interested. Yashvi surely understands that. That goes for you too. I have no reason to help you just because of the way you look once was enough. Continue the conversation. He took a step towards me and brazenly lifted my chin without taking his eyes off me. I was taken aback. Although you really are beautiful. I frowned.
You're so arrogant, I'm more than just a pretty face.
Are you? At work, you get praised for saying obvious things. That's not very impressive. Or is that enough for you?
I wish I could just put him in his place. What an arrogant man.
Why don't you?
But I shouldn't cross him. That would be short-sighted.
I jerked away, pulling free from his firm grip. He suddenly smiled, looking at me. What, are you not used to hearing something other than praise?
Breathe, Amala. Being partly Indian, there are people in London looking down on me. I've heard enough nasty comments.
Then why languish in that tiresome place? Partly you belong to India. Wouldn't it be better for you here at home?
It's a difficult question.
Just like your life. But you know how to overcome difficulties, don't you?
What are you getting at? I don't understand you.
You don't understand yourself either, Amala. That's your main issue. He slightly leaned towards me, grinning. Why are you still talking to me? Why did you stay here, even if I haven't been particularly kind to you? I like that you're not scared of me.
Should I be?
What does your instinct say? I lifted my chin.
That I have to keep you on my side, that's why I'm letting it go.
Very wise. Anything else?
You seem to be interested in me.
Oh, don't flatter yourself. Well, maybe a little, as if you were an exotic animal. There are lots of beautiful women, few of them can catch my eye.
Do you think that's what I want? To catch your eye?
In my opinion, you'll need to if you want us to help each other.
Get off your high horse, Mr. Dubé.
He looked me over. Well, I shall take my leave, but I am sure fate will bring us together again. He walked out, leaving me alone with my thoughts.
Thank God. There was not much room left in that room because of his ego.
I couldn't wait to share what I learned with my colleagues. I invited them to have lunch with me, and looking forward to having our conversation, I was first to arrive. I grabbed a table and began to choose what to treat myself with.
I'm running around working hard, but I hardly eat, and that won't do. Miss Kahan is right.
A light meal, a hearty meal, coffee and dessert. Literally, I do this every day. What's a meal? Seriously, I don't know what that is. I don't feel hungry. A little later, we finally found ourselves all sitting at the table. Not wanting to waste any time, I got straight to the point. In that village, we discovered, that was the scene of another similar murder. I've already heard of it. I overheard some local children talking about it. I wasn't sure at first. Children often talk nonsense. But then I saw a familiar village on a map of India. By some coincidence, it was close to Calcutta. Then, in the archive, the same name was on the back of the crime scene photo. We need to go to Kliphagrami. Some of the answers must be hidden there. That was the only relevant case we found. But the children said that something horrible was going on there. Why didn't you mention this before? Because she didn't think it was relevant. I wanted to check first. I had to know for sure. Why share information that could be just childish nonsense? Well done. Thank you. I also told my colleagues about the conversation with Amrit, Dubé, and the Kahans. I guess we need to go there after all, but it will be hard without Vaish. I'm not really sure how useful he really was, given how many things he kept from us. We still don't know if there was any other symbols on the other bodies. At that moment, Lima's face darkened. I tried to study the case from the archive by hiring a translator. He translated it from cover to cover. Apart from the obvious, the man was killed in exactly the same way as the previous victims. There were mentions of a symbol too on another part of the body, but still... Gillian and I exchanged nervous glances. Vaish really did hide things from us. Why did he do this to us? I thought he was so kind to us. Or was he just trying to gain our trust? What was that symbol, Emma? She pulled out a sheet of paper from her bag on which she had copied the symbol. Here. How is that a symbol? Just looks like a line. Oh. What does it mean? The last visit to the library was enough for me to memorize some of the Brahmi script. It's a number. Number 1. Silence filled the table. We all understood what this number meant. He numbers them? Lima, does this mean that it was the same killer? The modus operandi matches, doesn't it? She shrugs her shoulders, unsure. I say yes, but the 23-year gap puzzles me. Fine. We'll figure this out once we are there. Let's go. But Mr. Dubé said that the killer was caught. I was afraid of my own thoughts. I shook my head, not giving in to the panic. Well, a trip to Kliphagrami should be very revealing. If he lied to me, I will have every reason to suspect him. And taking into account that he's on good terms with Rattan... So it's decided. We need to plan a trip there. Lightwood looked closely at Lima, giving her an unexpectedly soft smile. Thank you for your translating the file. This was very valuable for us. She was a little embarrassed. I just did my job. Next time, let me know if you need help. Searching for an interpreter, you could have stumbled upon anyone, and in general, I'd rather you were safe. They seem to care about each other. You know, you can encourage Lima and Killian to be together. What? What? Wait. I thought we were like... Wait. I thought we were kind of like... What? You know what, just go with it. Just who gives a shit. Just screw it. I guess we don't have a love interest now. I got one more stop to make on my way, so don't let me keep you. We can see you off. No, don't waste your time. It's such a wonderful day take a walk. There's a great tea shop on the way. You should stop by. Their masala chai really is something special. I'll leave you two alone. This is a small step towards them becoming a couple. Do we not have a love interest? Someone let me know in the comment section. I said goodbye to my colleagues and went on my way. This is a weird change from how book 1/season 1 went. I hope they'll let their friendship grow into something more. I'm gonna throw myself out the nearest window. Okay. I arrived home at dusk. I had to prepare for the upcoming trip. I'm kind of like caught off guard by what just happened. I'm gonna be honest. 3 independence, 2 loyalty, 1 respect, 0 to rage, 1 to kindness, and let me get a diamond. So without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of links to check out and things to do. Check out supporting the channel and becoming even a more intricate part of the community. With that being said, once again, thank you all for watching. I don't know how to feel about the lack of relationship. I'm really confused by it, to be frank. Again, so I remember when we did the whole thing with Killian, right? And it was like, well, you know, you can, you know, your relationship's kind of meh. And then we kept pursuing relationshipal aspects with Lima, right? But then all of a sudden we're in season 2, right? Because we never really did anything in season 1. You know, we had a few little dates and a few little small things. It was, you know, building up a nice feeling of a slow, casual relationship. And then, like, everything just quickly, like, what the hell's happening at the beginning of this? Am I missing something? Like, did the writers just all of a sudden change their tune? Like, let me know in the comment section below, because it's kind of, I guess a word I'll use is bewildering. I'm kind of literally and figuratively confused by what just happened. So yeah, no, that's literally what I'm kind of hung up on. Aside from that, this chapter wasn't too bad. It was alright. A little bit more interesting, and, you know, I get it. Maybe Mr. Dubé is your love interest now? Question? Like, I'm literally just confused. I'm literally, I'm literally confused. So someone can help me. I typically don't do those wiki things or things to look up, you know, anything. I don't do those. So, yeah, I don't look up guides or anything. But this is something that I am genuinely curious about. So, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.